Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new video, and today we have a brand new BMW 1 Series. And first of all, many thanks to Sixt Rent-A-Car for giving me this car on a test. If you want to try this car, you can contact them. The link will be in the description, and you can rent it for a weekend, for example, and enjoy and go for a road trip. So let's kick things off. This is the new generation, third generation model, and the big news is of course that it's got the front wheel drive. So the whole new platform, FAAR platform, which means different layout, different styling of the car. So no more long hood, you have a different shape now. And first of all, I know a lot of you will say it's not a proper BMW if it doesn't have the rear wheel drive. Well, that's not entirely true. This car drives very well. And also BMW said, their designers and people from the engineering part, they said that they saw that customers want a more practical car, and that's why they decided to change the platform. They went for the FAAR platform and front wheel drive layout. But also they claim that the owners of the predecessor didn't even know, most of them didn't even know that the car was rear wheel drive. So have that in mind. I know a lot of you will probably know, maybe all of you will know that the predecessor had rear wheel drive, because people who watch this are usually car enthusiasts. But people who buy these cars don't need to be, car enthusiasts. They are looking for a hatchback, which is practical and which is a good looking, and this is what BMW 1 Series is. So yeah. Tell me, what are your thoughts on that? So this car has more space inside and also in the trunk, and that is a big plus, and that is how BMW will gain new customers. And now let's kick things off with design. So as you can see, it's more muscular than the predecessor. It's got a different shape, so no more long hood. You have a shorter hood. You have the new lights. We do have this very nice LED lights with the beautiful signature. Unfortunately, just like always with the premium car manufacturers, this is extra. So you get the halogen lamps as standard, and then you have the LED lights as an option, and then adaptive LEDs are option. So have that in mind. This particular model has the M Trim, M Sport package, which is in my opinion really a beautiful thing to have. You have the more aggressive front bumper with this very nice Real One air inlets, and then you have this massive grille. If you go for the Shadow line, then this is gloss black. This is something that I would choose, even though with this black color I think this chrome suits the car, but if you go for any other color, I would go for the Shadow line. And then this is the view you have from the side. As you can see, different shape from the side when we compare it to the predecessor, because the hood is now a bit shorter, because of course now we have only 3 and 4 cylinder engines inside. Engine layout and the platform, they are changed, and that's why the shape of the car from this angle is a bit different. But I do love the shape from here. What do you guys think about this? I love this spec on this car. As you can see, we have the tinted windows, the black color, and the 19-inch wheels. Speaking of the wheels, let me show you these in more detail. So these are the two-tone M 19-inch wheels, and then you have nice little M badge, and some of these are in silver, and then some of them are in gloss black. Overall looking very nice. Standard one gets very base 16-inch wheels, and then you can go for the 17, 18 or 19. These are the top wheels available for this car. M badge is over here, and then you also have the door seals for the M packaging. And then here, this is a special element, Hofmeister Kink they call it in BMW, element that is on almost all BMW models. Overall, the car is actually a bit shorter than the predecessor, but also a bit wider. And then here we come to my favorite part of this car. I mean, just look at it from this angle. Looks beautiful. So first of all, we have a new horizontal LEDs. They are now slimmer than on the predecessor. Also, you have this L shape of the daytime running LEDs at the back, and this really gives it a beautiful signature during the night. And now as the day is coming to an end, we can see it clearly right here. Also, additional thing with the M Sport package, you get this beautiful rear bumper, much more aggressive than the standard one. You have this element here, and then fortunately the exhaust is real. It's so nice to see this on a standard car. So for example, opponents such as Volkswagen Golf, Audi A3 and Mercedes A-Class, they all have fake exhausts. And now here you have the real one. If you go for the stronger engines, then you get the two of those at the back. Also the diffuser is looking very sharp indeed. This is the 118i, so entry level petrol version. We'll come to petrol and diesel engines later on. For now, let me open the trunk for you. There you have it. This is something that we've been talking about, so more space both in the trunk and at the back, and also in the whole interior. So the trunk is 380 liters. That is 20 more than on the predecessor. You also have this second floor here. If you go for the extra packages that are available, you can have a net here or stuff like that. Also electronic closing of the trunk is also available on that packaging, but here we don't have that, but still decent amount of space. It's exactly the same as Audi A3 and Volkswagen Golf, and a bit more than the Mercedes A-Class. The rear view camera is here and it's always there. It's not gonna fold in, and that means when it's winter time it will get dirty, so you won't be able to see much. So that's maybe a minus. So tell me overall, guys, what do you think about the design of the car? I really think this looks beautiful. So tell me in the comments, what are your thoughts? This is, in my opinion, probably the best looking car in this class. Maybe Audi A3, is very close. Speaking of the suspension, you have various options available. First of all, you have, of course, the standard suspension. Secondly, you have this. So this is the M Sport variant with the sport suspension, 10 millimeters lower than the standard one. And third option, the best one, is adaptive suspension, but then of course this is the most expensive one. Then you have the adaptive dampers. Also, one thing that I need to mention is that this car comes with the multi-link at the back in all models. So the all options, all engines have the multi-link, where for example Audi A3 and Golf don't get that. You need to get stronger engines to get the multi-link. So thumb up for BMW for offering that. And that's about it. I will do another walk around the car. I will actually lower the camera so that you see from this perspective, lower perspective, how it looks. I don't know, I'm really a fan of this design. So tell me in the comments, what do you guys think? And now it's time to enter the car from inside, and let me show you what this car has to offer in terms of the interior. All right, stepping in, and you are greeted with awesome materials. Really, the build quality of this car is just insane. So you have this very nice blue stitching, then the leather, these are the ambient lights, and then this element here also reminds you of that one. So that's a cool feature. Unlock lock button, and then here you have the switches for your windows, and these are the switches for the mirrors. Of course, this being the M package model, you do get this M door seal, and then you have these sport seats. Beautiful design. Just look at this, so much details that you need to see with this car. Really cool. And then also you have this extension here for the legs. Yeah, overall I'm a huge fan of these seats, and the best thing is that you can also get the M Sport special seats, the sport seats with integrated headrest, but I think that these one are more comfortable. These are actually very comfortable indeed. Also you get the M steering wheel. It's very thick actually, so yeah, that's a cool feature. And digital cockpit, I'll explain to you all about the cockpits right now actually. Let's enter the car. These are the switches for your lights, and then now you see the ambient lighting. So speaking of this layout, first of all, you don't get this as standard. These are the optional things. So this is the BMW Digital Cockpit Professional, something like that. 10.25 inch here digital dashboard, and then 10.25 inch in here. Let me actually start the car. So it comes to life, and now you see this digital cockpit in front of us. Standard one would be a much smaller one, so only the small screen, 5 inch I believe, 5.1 inch in the middle, and then you will get the analog cluster on the sides, and then here you will get 8.8 inch screen. So yeah, have that in mind. I would definitely go for this layout. Looks much better, looks much modern in my opinion. Now let's focus on the main design here of the interior. First of all, I need to compliment these buttons for the AC. Always nice to see those. You can turn it off, turn it on, change the temperature up and down. Then you have the automatic, of course, AC, rear blower, max blow, and stuff like that. This car also has the heated seats, which you can turn on here. Then air vents can be adjustable like this, and then this is the amount of air you want to blow. Here is the new infotainment system. It can be used as touchscreen, and you can also use it, just a second, what's happening now, let's go back to the main menu. You can also use this iDrive rotary push button, very convenient. It's so easy to use this system, and everything is so, let's say, standard. You know what to use and how to use, but also modern. And I think maybe the opponents have let's say cooler interiors, but then this is probably the best in terms of quality, because it's so well built. You don't hear anything when you're driving, and all materials are so good. So really a thumb up for BMW from me. This is really something. And yeah, let's go through the menus and the buttons here. I will put this light on. So you do have the wireless charger for the phone. Let me actually put my phone so that you see. Okay, so now it's charging on this pad, and then you get the USB port, 2 cup holders. They're not adjustable, and 12-volt power outlet, traction control off. Then this is of course for the sensors. Start, stop, off, something that I would definitely turn on. Start engine button. This is the gear lever for the 7-speed Steptronic that this car has. If you go for the M135i or the strongest diesel, then you get the 8-speed automatic. You can also get the manual. Here is the button for the sport mode, comfort mode, and eco pro mode. When you change the modes, then you also get the different screen in front of you. So look at this. Now it's blue, comfort, and sport. You can also configure the individual, and then you can change the steering, engine, and transmission response. Let's go back. So it's also easy to use, as I said, and then you also have the gestures. So you can, for example, turn the volume up or down by doing this. I'm not going to do it right now. But yeah, so those are your options when we speak about the controlling of the various things. Electronic parking brake, the main pad, and then these are the shortcuts for the most important things. The armrest has a decent storage space. You have the USB-C port, it's illuminated. It is here. And then let me also show you the glove box. So we have the documents of the car. Once again, Sixt Rent a Car. If you want to rent this car, they offer this kind of car. It's really unique and nice. It's nice to have a fully packed car on a rental service. Ambient lights also go all the way there, and also at the back. What else can I show you? Let's focus on the infotainment system right now. So this is the main layout. You can change, of course, various things that you have here, but let's go back to the main menu, and then on your left you can control different things. So for example, media, you can of course have for example USB for your music, or then you can also have the screen mirroring. You can pair your phone with Bluetooth, and there's an Apple CarPlay available. It's wirelessly, but Android Auto wasn't available at the market launch. Now BMW said that will be available, but I don't think that on the press release they mentioned 1 Series, so I'm not sure about that. If you have any news on that, do comment and tell me if you know something more. Communication, once again, as I said, telephone contacts, pairing of your phone, that's possible with Bluetooth. Navigation is very good. It's got a very good response actually. Let's actually put the map on. Okay, so the map is actually very cool. You have 3D shape of the buildings which you see here, and as you can see, it's so fast. This is the same layout actually as on my Mini Cooper, so I'm really familiar with it. But really, you know, I'm a big fan of this because just look how fast it is responding to the touch. So yeah, probably among the best in class, that's for sure. Let's go back. That was the navigation. I also didn't mention, but you can change the settings of the navigation and the map. You can have the night mode and the day mode. Now we are actually already in the night mode. It's getting dark outside. You can actually configure that out. You can have the night mode all the time if you like it. So a bunch of options available. Let's go to the car settings. So bunch of different things available here, such as the driving information, sport display. You can actually have this is cool, look at this. And then you can also have the energy flow, even though it's just a regular petrol, it's not a hybrid or something like that. Vehicle status, you know, regular data for the tire pressure, oil change, service requirements, stuff like that. Settings, you can have the different settings and change them in here. For example, change the general settings about the car. I'm not gonna do that right now. And then the driving modes, which we already saw. Exterior lighting, so for example, you can have the welcome lights and how long you want the home lights to be on. Driver assistance, car also has a bunch of driver assistance systems. I'm not gonna go through them right now. And then the displays, you can also change what you see, but you can only change few of the things. You can switch off, of course, this main display, and then instrument cluster can have a bunch of things, converted speed, stuff like that we already actually have here. Door settings, lock after pulling away, we already have it on lock automatically and stuff like that, so I'm not gonna go through that, but I am gonna go through interior lighting, because you can change different colors here. Look at this, bronze, blue is probably my favorite. You also have the illumination here, and then also at the back you can actually turn the lights off now. Green, and purple. So here is where you have the illumination, and then in the door seals also, and looks like here we have the white lighting. I will go back to blue, my favorite probably. So yeah, that was a cool feature, interior lighting. Let's see if, yeah, you can only change the brightness and you can turn it off if you don't like it, but yeah, I think that's one of the coolest features of the cars in general. So, bunch of things available for this car. Apps, BMW Store, installed apps. Let's go to installed apps. Those are the things that are available for you right now, and then also in the BMW Store, I believe you will be able to get a bunch of things after you buy the car. So this is a new market, guys. This is a new thing with the car manufacturers, and something that will be very useful and very important in the future. So that's it. The infotainment system is very easy to use. It's also easy to get used to it, and overall I think it's great because you don't get distracted too much. It's really good for driving, and then the AC control, stuff like that, everything is here. So yeah, I would say that this car has really a good infotainment system, and once again the build quality is just superb. And speaking of this digital cluster, unfortunately not much can be changed here. You can change the different things that you have on your right. In the middle you have the navigation, and then you have the sport mode. Actually the display shows you which mode you're in and which settings you have. But overall this isn't adjustable, for example, like Mercedes has or Audi has. So that is something that I would probably change if I were a designer or something like that. And also look at the gauge for the fuel. It's so small. It's a very important thing to have, and yet you have it so small. So I don't know why they did that. So those are the two things that I don't like. And then on the steering wheel, which is huge, you have the cruise control. This car has a regular one, but you can also get the adaptive cruise control. And then this is for the volume. This is for the voice command. Drive me to Berlin.
I found 3 addresses. Which one should I choose?
Okay, so now we have addresses. So you get the point. You can talk with your car. You have the personal assist with this button, and you can also change the name of the car. For example, you call it, I don't know, Lisa or something like that, and then you say hello Lisa. So that's a cool feature. You can call your car whatever you like, and then have the voice assist react to that word. Of course you need to program that, but yeah, that's a cool feature, I would say. Now let's go at the back. Let me show you how much space I have for my knees, because this car has actually much more space than the predecessor. Additional cool feature, now I wanted to go out of the car, but the car said that my mobile phone is still charging, so you won't forget it here, because you will get the notification on your dashboard. All right, entering at the back, first of all I want to show you this beautiful projection, BMW, cool feature. And then also this is illuminated. Wide opening of the doors. You have the ambient lighting. Once again, great materials, probably the best in class. These elements are the same as on the front. And now let's enter, and let me actually show you and tell you exactly how much more space there is here. So first of all, here 33 millimeters more than on the predecessor, and for my head 19 millimeters more. You can't see much right now, but yeah, I do have something like that. I'm 1.87 m if you are not a regular watcher and subscriber. But yeah, this is much better now than on the predecessor. Also here the third person can also drive, at least for shorter periods of time. And then this is the view you have on the front. Now let's check out the engines. So the lever is here. You press it twice and then you just do this. There you have it. This is the twin power turbo. This is a 1.5 liter turbocharged engine, the entry level petrol, 140 horsepower, 220 newton meters of torque. This is the same engine as on my Mini Cooper, even though here we have 4 horsepower more than on my car. Then you have, of course, the M135i. That's currently the top trim model, 2 liter turbocharged engine with 306 horsepower. If you want diesel, they start from 116, and then you get after that the 2 liter one with 150 horsepower, and also 190 horsepower are available. Actually today they announced there will be a petrol with around 265 horsepower with the front wheel drive. So yeah, a bunch of options are available. Tell me in the comments which engine would you choose for this car. Let's close this down, and actually let's close those doors. So let me unlock the car, and also I want to show you this feature. Look at the M colors on this beautiful key. Very nice, very, very nice indeed. So it's getting dark, as you can see. Thank you very much for watching. Once again, many thanks to Sixt Rent-A-Car for letting me have this car. Check them out, rent this car if you want. try it, you will not regret it, you will enjoy it. And that's about it. Thank you very much for watching, subscribe, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.